We'll begin exploring the themes in neuroeducation by starting with the arts, cognition, and learning. We begin with this topic to bring context to the work of the Baltimore Arts Integration Project, knowing that integrating the arts into content instruction can enhance student learning and engagement. Let's take a look at why. A growing body of research findings show correlation of the exposure to visual and performing arts with a variety of academic and social outcomes, affecting attention, motivation, memory, academic achievement, thinking disposition, student engagement, school satisfaction, and overall enjoyment in learning. So this brings me now to arts integration, often referred to as teaching with and through the arts. Let's reflect for a moment and recognize the distinction in language here. Arts education, that is, teaching students various forms of visual and performing arts, is a critically important part of every child's education. The phrase arts for art's sake typically refers to the fact that arts need to be taught as a core subject and not eliminated for any reason. And some arts advocates hold that the arts don't have to be justified to also serve other learning purposes. But I would counter that by saying that the arts can and should be infused into educational structures at all levels. My own interest is in how using the arts as a pedagogical tool is an effective way to teach and learn. So while holding the arts education sacred, I also recognize the need for arts and cultural experiences for all children, but here I'll be referring to arts integration in my reference to arts and learning. Much has been written about how arts integration improves learning outcomes. In my work at Johns Hopkins University, we looked at research studies on memory that have been conducted over the last 40 years and are now well established in cognitive science. We posited the idea that the arts recruit a host of memory effects that can enhance long-term memory. For example, when students learn academic content using song, sketching, role-playing, dance, movement, they're engaging in multiple modalities that help encode content in deeper ways than traditional instruction. In 2 research studies that I conducted with my colleagues, published in 2014 and 2019, we found that students retain science content significantly better when taught through arts integrated instruction compared to conventional instruction. In particular, students at the lower levels of achievement benefited most from arts integrated curriculum. In this graph, you can see that the students scored about the same in the pre-test and post-test of a science unit, whether they learned the content in traditional instruction labeled as control or arts integrated instruction. But in delayed testing 10 weeks after the post-test, students remembered significantly more science content when taught through arts integrated instruction. And by the way, these results have been replicated by other researchers. I maintain that giving struggling students extra instruction through tutoring may be effective. However, there is another consideration. Giving students more of the same kind of instruction that they're not good at may be wasting their time. Let's get it right the first time by using methods that help information stick. I would suggest that arts integrated instruction is important for all learners and, moreover, could play a role in closing the achievement gap between high and low performing students.